going back on our planned protest return fuel subsidy now. The failure to develop a clear economic strategy in a nation is a threat to justice. Justice is the best for social system. If a nation is beset by the unreasonable action that deters citizens from the essence of good life and adequate health care, is with it on the brink of disharmony and frustration. In order to promote peace, a government should be honest and just, because there is no path to a sustainable future but peace, the link to reason and agreement for development and the base of remaining alive. Peace should be taken into by justice to achieve the level of the nation cooperation, inclusiveness, and trust needed for resilience. Otherwise, things will for sure fall apart, with so many avoidable problems to come after in time. Here and there, several economic crises and the difficulties we are going through in this country are caused by the harsh calls upon us by the President Tinubu-led government. Transparency and consequences are nowhere to be found in this regime of government that obviously serious on reducing every individual outside of the powers that are to invade the indigence and beggary. In this respect, the abrupt removal of subsidy has thrown the masses into a state of misfortune and affliction. The unequal distribution of foodstuff and money to the friends and family of those the corridor of power is unacceptable and cannot solve our problem. Return fuel subsidy now. Nigerians have been subjected to untold suffering through reckless public utterance and unportable economic policies. This leaves them with no option but to make clear their frustration and anger through acceptable means. Protest is our right. We must protest against the ongoing bad governance. We can't continue living as slaves in our own country. We must speak and fight for ourselves. Nobody else can do it for us. The youth must come out to the streets on the 1st August and once the government failed to reverse this sugar-hating disaster and call economic policies that subjected us into abject poverty and hunger, the protest will continue till 10th August 2024 or even beyond. We must act to bring change in our father's land, and government has failed and the youth must act. People are dying in hunger and nobody cares. No nation can survive in hunger. Even water, the second life, is denied. Therefore, our planning protest is necessary and inevitable. No backing out of it. The only escape will be as when the government changes to the contrary for Nigerians to have a sense of relief.
We, the Nigerian people, are the victims of this failed government. And it is heartbreaking to see that this government not only afflicts us with hardship, but goes further to oppress us. They have turned poverty into a tool to control the vulnerable, mobilizing our brothers and sisters who cannot afford to feed themselves for a pro-government protest. And all the tactics of this establishment have already been exposed. And this is why they are afraid. This is why they are mobilizing the victims of corruption to speak against the masses, holding numerous stakeholders meetings, and even the IG of police held a press conference for a protest that is even yet to begin. What is their major tactic? It is division among us, the Nigerian people, using tribes and religion. But today, our victory has come, the victory of the poor masses. We are now united on all grounds We are no longer arguing over our differences, but uniting at every level we discover. The unity among the oppressed is their fear, and this is why they have existed for so long. We are not protesting to have overthrown the government. We are simply demanding that our cries should end. And on the 1st of August, we will come out to demonstrate to the ruling class that the supreme power of all nations belongs to the people. And so that is why we join our brothers from the Arewa today to declare that we are not coming out on the 1st of August to burn down our country. We are not violent people. We are patriotic citizens who love our country dearly. So we ask the security forces to join us to ensure our safety on all grounds, nationwide. So we declare to them that power belongs to the people and nothing shall discourage us. If we have a country where the security forces are actually working for the people, nobody will be afraid of hijack of any protest, because it is the responsibility of the security forces to ensure safety of the masses. But today, we only have police officers being deployed for VIPs in a street where you have maybe 3 police officers guiding one street, and behind the VIP you see police officers in tents. So the people who will determine whether the protest will be hijacked or not is the government. It is their responsibility. Protests in Nigeria today have now become something that you need to tag peaceful, just so they don't say you want to burn down the country. And also, we can't pretend that we don't know that the only protest that the government allows is the protest that is a pro-government protest. And nobody will be afraid when it's a pro-government protest. But when it's a pro-people and a demand from the government protest, then they begin to post around that this protest might be hijacked. Now, talking about the people who lost their lives, we see videos of security agencies gathering hoodlums in their cars, deploying them in the midst of peaceful protesters, telling them to go after peaceful protesters and attack them. Till today, where are those people? Have they been prosecuted? But they only come after the people who are only making demands from the leaders in power. So that is why I ended my speech with urging the security forces to join us in ensuring safety of the peaceful protesters, because that's what it is now. Protest must go along with peace. So we are peaceful protesters, just as we said. It is their responsibility to ensure safety, and they cannot determine how long somebody will cry to the leaders that is governing their country. They cannot determine where they will be protesting. It is a country for the people, not a country for the ruling class. So that responsibility is for them. EndSARS protest should have been the end of oppressive system in our country. But if not for the irresponsibilities of our leaders, by mobilizing pro-government and thugs to come and disrupt this protest, they are the ones who we should question for all the losses of lives and properties during the EndSARS. So Nigerians coming out to cry is not Nigerians coming out to burn down their country. It is only a demand making. So Nigerians are ready for liberation, not ready for martyrdom. We need to ask the Minister of FCT how much the daughter of the president paid for using the venue the last time it was used by them. And also a public gallery that is meant for the people is not supposed to be, the minister is not supposed to be the determinant of the usage of the people. Whether directly or indirectly, they have seen the message. People are crying online, people are crying everywhere. And we say we are coming out, a date has been given. So the Nigerian people are the ones crying out to their leaders. They are not supposed to go and submit names to the Inspector General of Police, because the Constitution is clear, it's sacrosanct. We don't need to go and take permission. We can only request that they come out to secure us. There's no plan other than asking the security forces to come out and ensure the safety of Nigerians during the day of protest. And also for the public gallery that the Eagle Square that is proposed to use for protest, the fact that the Minister of FCC had acknowledged that he did not receive it, it means that directly or indirectly he has seen it, even though I'm sure that it was delivered. So we do not need the permission of the minister, because the minister does not have a mandate. He's an appointed official. We do not need his permission before we protest and before we make use of the public gallery.
Are you ready for